welcome to day 27 of creating a filming habit. Today we're going to talk about one of my unfinished projects. In 2023, I started a podcast in my living room. Well, the idea was to do a podcast outside and then invite my friends to just like talk about their specialties, the things they love doing. I only did 4 episodes and it was alright. I never got to do it outside because I don't know, that's the thing about me. I would have something like a good idea in my mind and then I would just not do it. It just dies in my mind. I did that podcast. The first episode was just me talking, just welcoming everyone to the podcast, and it was called the Marker Podcast. Marker is my nickname from my nephews and nieces. For some reason, they couldn't say Mark, so they just went with Marker. Yeah, it was called the Marker Podcast. The first episode was Welcome to the Marker Podcast. It's just me talking about the podcast and what you can expect with the podcast. The second episode was Seeing the Real Hawaii. I invited one of my friends who was a fellow foreigner to Hawaii to talk about how we can see Hawaii for what it is instead of just a place for tourists. And it was a good conversation. I learned a lot about Hawaii and the things I can do as a, non-native Hawaiian or my wife is calling. 1 second. As I was saying, we did that podcast just so we can, talk about what are the things that we can do to care for Hawaii and then see it more than just a tourist spot or a tourist vacation spot. The third episode was with my wife. It was the best episode because, I love her a lot. So it was such a good episode because we talked about long distance relationships because that's what we did for a few years, and also interracial marriages because that is what we are. What's it like being in a Asian and American household? How do you live together? How do you plan groceries? How do you plan dinners? What happens if this culture clashes with your culture? Stuff like that. And it was good. I liked it a lot. It was a good conversation. And I feel like a lot of people also related to that. Because, when I was in Hawaii, a lot of our neighbors were also in interracial marriages. A lot of them were Americans, a lot of them were Asians, a lot of them were Polynesians and stuff like that. And yeah, it was good. The final episode was how to become a better storyteller in photography. This was when the podcast started to die because I ran out of ideas. I stopped planning. I just started yapping. Kind of like what we're doing right now. I'm just yapping because I just want to keep it alive. That's what happened. I just talked about photography and how to become a better storyteller. And I just spilled all my secrets about photography. And then that was it. I didn't make any more episodes. That was back in 2023. I guess that's the reason why I like this format of my YouTube channel. I like talking in front of the camera because it feels like a podcast. That's why you won't see me doing product reviews or technology stuff because it's not my niche. It's not my forte to talk about those stuff. I'm not very technical. I'm not very into details. I just like conversations and just back and forth. Yeah, that was my failed project back in 2023. It's called the Marker Podcast. Will there be another season? I don't know because I remember I used to borrow the podcast mics from the department I used to work at. So, I didn't have to worry about equipment. I had a. But yeah, if you want to listen to the podcast, it's on Spotify. It's the Marker Podcast. It looks like this. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. I appreciate you for all the support. And thanks for all the comments you guys left for our desk setup video. I will look into it and then I'll try to implement it. Again, thanks for watching and I'll see you.